To use me as his vessel, just for his glory, for his honor there. So I was there for 7 months. I went in June 2012. It all started last year, January 2012, when I'm from South Shore Christian Fellowship, Pastor Bud's Overbreakers Church. Pastor Bud took a team of us there last year, and before we left, I just knew God was calling me back. So I came home, did a lot of praying and reading about it, and God brought me back there in June 2012 for 7 months. I was there working at a Greater Hope orphanage. It's run by Kit and Reem Carson. Kit was here for several years in Hawaii at South Shore, and he went back to start an orphanage there. So he's there. It's an orphanage, about 40 children, 20 boys, 20 girls, and just amazing testimonies that they have of how God redeemed them from just despair and struggle. Kit and Reem also opened a school there, a Heart for Wisdom, and they're in their second year right now. They have about over 200 students now, and they're definitely growing. It's a great work, and it's just a great chance for the children there, not just the ones at the orphanage, but the children in the village to hear the gospel. And then you hear all just amazing stories of how they go and share it with their families, and how these young children are just testimonies. They're sharing the light of Jesus Christ to their relatives and their friends. While I was there, I taught English at the school every day, and I also taught English every day at the orphanage back at home to the big kids. And it was just a great time of discipleship to spend with them, and I also got to learn their language, so it was really fun to be doing that. A big thing I did there was the accounting. I set up the bookkeeping system for both the orphanage and the school, and I helped Kit and Reem in any other administrative needs they had. For example, we had to file a lot of paperwork with the government, get a budget prepared at the end of the year, so we had to do that. And even other things too, like helping the kids write letters to their sponsors and sending them off. And a fun one that I enjoyed doing was Reem asked me to set up a presentation about babies in the womb, because their misconception there, they have just a big misconception of what a baby is in the womb. They just think it's cells, nothing else. Even Christians there believe that. So it was really nice to share with the kids, the staff there, because they go and share it with their family. And I also got to share with the staff a little bit on abortion, just the evil that it is. So it was really nice because you see their reactions. You see the reactions to that. They're shocked. They had never learned that before. So when I do go back, God willing, I pray that I can just expand on that, maybe bring it to the community as well. I also did Bible study 3 times a week. It was nice to be able to do that. It was a blessing for me to really learn that as well. And I did more like Calvary Chapel distinctives verse by verse rather than topical, rather than just teaching, how to live. Teaching is rather just teaching from the Bible. And it was really nice time because the kids would come up to me, every so often when we're just doing everyday things. They would ask me little questions here and there, and it's really nice to see that, they want to learn more. They're so interested in the Bible. And it was fun also. In November, December, when, the heat was rising in Israel, Palestine, we had a chance to, share with them on that. And I did an end time series with them for 3 weeks. It was fun. And they really enjoyed it. They had so many questions in that. And it's, again, that's stuff they never learned, too. So it's fun for them, fun for me especially, to share with them that. A big thing of what I did there was the wells. South Shore is currently undergoing their 100 Wells project. So I was there kind of overseeing it. I worked with Reem's dad. He's a local pastor there, and he has a big team that sets up wells. So I worked with him in trying to figure out where to plant wells, because sometimes it's difficult. You have to figure out how deep the water source is, where there is water even. So I worked closely with him doing that. Right now when I left, we had 4 wells, and there's another missionary there from our church now. And he gave us an update. There's 7 wells there now, and it's amazing just to see how people are so eager to support it and how God's providing for that, really. I also worked with Pastor in his village outreach doing passing out water filters to families and passing out school uniforms. His church planted a lot of other local churches, and at the churches they have kindergarten every day, and some of the children, the families there, are just very poor, and they can't afford even school uniforms. Their school uniforms are set around the country, white collared shirts and navy blue pants or skirts. And just to see their joy on their face when they get a uniform, it's amazing. It's amazing to see that, just how something simple can bring so much joy. I also did a village outreach. At their school, a lot of the children can't afford the tuition. The tuition there is $6.25 equivalent for us, $6.25 a month. And that's just how poor some families are. They can't afford that. So the school provides scholarship to some families. And I got to do outreach to those families. And it's just amazing. Like, it just blows your mind, the poverty. Even the kids at the orphanage who come from poor families, they came with me to visit some of these scholarship families, and they even say, these families are really poor, and it's sad. It's really sad and eye-opening. But I was able to build a relationship with them over the last few months I was there, going to visit them and just help them out, provide for them anything they needed, food and household supplies like soaps and shampoos and things. And it was fun. The last week I was there, my team came up. Pastor Bud came up with several different pastors from Japan, Pastor Rich, Pastor Travis, and Pastor Santo. I don't know if you guys know them. They came up, and it was nice to be able to close off that time, just being able to pray with their families, pray over their families. So that was a blessing for me as well. I also got to do fun touristy things too while I was there. Angkor Wat is a big temple in Cambodia. I went there 3 times in 1 year, too many. I also got to go to North Cambodia, which is very different from where I was in southern Cambodia. Southern Cambodia and central is just all rice fields for days. Northern Cambodia is more different. It's just jungle, rainforest. There's more hill tribes up there. So I got to go there, and it was fun. Got to swim in a volcanic lake up there, ride elephants through the jungle in the pouring rain. It was fun. Got to do Rabbit Island with the kids. Some of the kids and the staff, even, it was their first time at the beach, so it was nice to see them just playing in the waves and having fun. And I also got to backpack Southeast Asia for 2 weeks around Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. And it was a nice change to see the difference from those countries to Cambodia, because those are just primarily communist countries, and see the freedom that we had in Cambodia. So it was awesome. It was awesome to be there. I think God definitely did a working in me while I was there, too, through the struggles and through the valleys. It was a joyful time, no doubt, but it was tough too, and God definitely did a working in me there. I wanted to go there to make disciples, but I know God grew me in my discipleship, in my walk with Him. So it's really nice, and just the love that I have for the children there. By the grace of God, because I can't love, without God's love being in me. And I see, I love those children so much, and how much more does a parent love their children? How much more does God love us? The height, the depth, the width of that love. So it's just a beautiful time for me, a time of joy and peace and restoration, renewal, definitely. And I pray that I will be going back soon. So, yeah. And there's a little slideshow to be prepared. Thank you.